This may be the most mind-blowing comeback story you've ever heard. Starting from scratch, too ordinary. He's the legendary figure who succeeded at 65. From being destitute to building a global fried chicken empire, his fortune is now worth over $10 billion. Today, we take you inside the incredible journey of Colonel Sanders, Harlan Sanders, the man who made it big at 65. How did a man, starting from nothing, build KFC into a global fast food giant with his secret fried chicken recipe? How massive is his wealth? How dramatic was his life story? Today, we're revealing all of it. Can you imagine being responsible for your family's survival at the age of 6? Born in 1890 in the small town of Henryville, Indiana, Harlan Sanders came into the world as just another boy in an ordinary family. But life was not kind to him. At the age of 6, he lost his father. His mother was forced to work multiple jobs to support the family. Young Harlan had to grow up fast, and started cooking at a young age, preparing meals for his younger siblings. Cooking quickly became his lifeline, and it would later turn into his future. By the time he was 9, he was already learning how to cook meals, and by 12, he dropped out of school to help support the family. At 15, he left home to start his own journey. He worked various labor-intensive jobs, as a tire repairman, a railroad worker, an insurance salesman, and a gas station attendant. But none of these jobs stuck. Despite his relentless efforts, success remained out of reach. At 30, he tried starting a business and failed. At 40, his restaurant went bankrupt. At 55, he was completely broke. At 55, he had nothing. His life was a wreck, living in a small, rundown house, and relying on a meager pension to survive. If you were him, would you have given up? But he didn't. At 65, Harlan decided to make one last attempt. Not by working for someone else or borrowing money to invest in a new business, but by focusing on the one thing he knew best: fried chicken. He took his secret fried chicken recipe, and, with only $105 from his pension, set off with a frying pan to visit restaurant after restaurant to sell his chicken recipe. But the reality was harsh. 1,009 rejections. He visited countless restaurants, knocking on doors, offering his secret recipe, only to be coldly rejected every single time. Just another fried chicken recipe. No one will buy it. You're 65 years old. Don't waste your time. If you were in his shoes, would you give up? But he didn't. He didn't let the rejection stop him. He believed in his chicken recipe with all his heart. Then, on the 1010th attempt, a breakthrough happened. A small restaurant owner agreed to give his chicken a try, and it sold out overnight. From that moment, KFC's fried chicken empire was born. Once the ball started rolling, success came fast. Within 5 years, KFC grew to 400 restaurants. In 10 years, KFC expanded nationwide, surpassing $100 million in annual revenue. In 1964, Harlan sold KFC for $2 million. Adjusting for inflation, that's worth more than $150 million today. But he didn't retire. He continued wearing his signature white suit, traveling around the world promoting KFC, and becoming the face of the brand. Today, KFC has more than 25,000 locations in over 150 countries. Its parent company, Yum! Brands, has annual revenues over $35 billion. This is the story of how a 65-year-old man created a global empire from a fried chicken recipe. After his success, Colonel Sanders lived a life of unimaginable luxury. He owned luxurious real estate, even living in one of the most expensive estates in America. His vehicle of choice, a limited edition Cadillac, one of the most exclusive cars in the world. He traveled by private jet, stayed in top-tier hotels, and enjoyed the finest whiskey money could buy. What's even crazier, his brand endorsement fees were in the millions of dollars. A single public appearance earned him more than the average person would make in a lifetime. Today, KFC sells more than 2.4 million pieces of fried chicken every day, and generates billions of dollars in revenue annually. Can you believe it? This entire fried chicken empire was built by a 65-year-old man, who was once considered a failure. The conclusion: do you still think age is a problem? If a 65-year-old can create a billion-dollar fortune, what's stopping you from achieving greatness at any age? Colonel Sanders' story teaches us that real failure isn't failing, but accepting that you failed before you've even tried. So, what do you think of Colonel Sanders' legendary comeback? If you had to start a business at 65, what would it be? Leave a comment below and let us know. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more incredible stories about billionaires who defied the odds.